Hello and welcome to Shelby Township Parks and Recreation in the News. I'm Joe Youngblood, and with us today we have a couple special guests. We have Mike Ward, longtime Shelby resident, and Jill Bolker. Did I pronounce that right, Jill?
Yes, you did.
Thank you. Okay, that's Jill, and Jill is from the Utica Shelby Kiwanis, and she has some interest with some sponsoring some runs and also a run of their own this year, so we'll be talking about that in a minute. First, we want to talk with Mike Ward. Mike, this is the second annual Run the Creek, and the buzz that's going on about this run is amazing. And the one thing I've started to realize is when Run the Creek is coming around, that's a sign spring is here, because the amount of buzz we've had, it's on Facebook and people I talk to, it's everyone wants to come out here. And Mike, first of all, let's talk about the record numbers we had for the first time Run the Creek at Cherry Creek last year.
It was quite a phenomenal event, a first time. It was actually suggested by Mark Hackle, which was so cool. I remember when he came to me and he said, let's do something different. Let's do a night run on a golf course. And it's like, okay, nighttime. As a race director and all I'm thinking of are all the potential logistic issues you have to deal with.
Can only imagine.
But Earl Weber from Cherry Creek Golf Course continues to be awesome. And when it's community stuff, he's just steps right up to the plate, and he doesn't have to do that. So we were able to set up an awesome course last year, and much to our surprise, we had 600 people first-time race.
Holy cow.
If you're getting 150 to 200, you consider it a very good first race.
I was going to say, that's almost unheard of for a first-time race, isn't it?
It is. In fact, I remember the one couple that come to all my races had a wedding that day, and they come to all the big events. They're a wonderful family group of runners, and they were so disappointed. They were trying to figure out if they could duck out of the wedding in St. Clair Shores, come out for the race, shower, and go back to the wedding. They literally were trying to work the plan. And it didn't work out, but they're signed up this year. They're right at the top of the list. But you're right, there's a lot of buzz over it because of the uniqueness of it.
Well, and Mike, that's what I wanted to ask you is, do you think, the fact that it's a nighttime run with glow sticks and we have a beautiful venue at Cherry Creek Golf Course. You do a phenomenal job. People know Mike Ward runs very organized runs. What do you think was the biggest draw to get that money? Because even prior to the first one, the people, my friends and the people I know in the township were talking about that. I've never heard so many people talk about a run like that. What was the big draw, do you think?
I think it was a combination of things. I think number one, the fact that it was a night run, and number two, the fact that it was on a beautiful venue.
Sure.
For a lot of people said, Cherry Creek, I could never golf that. I'm not a golfer, but I've heard how beautiful it is.
Yeah, they've never been out there, right?
No, so many people, and it's brought golfers in. I've known many, many runners that were golfers that never knew the course existed. But with the pristine setting, and then we had the party after with pizza, and then we had the drinks and everything inside the main hall for it.
So that's back inside, okay.
Right, and it made it very unique for everybody. And the fact that we had so many people, we needed a bigger venue, and as it turned out, that worked out well too. Yeah. But we had almost all of the hall, minus one where there was a wedding, and we could have used that extra space, by the way. And I think it was this combination. Sure. I was surprised. I would bet more than 90% of the people stuck around after the race, came into the hall, joined the pizza party, and had their chocolate milk and water, and if they wanted, they could hit the cash bar and all for those runners that like it after, like me. And I think it was just a combination. It was such a unique event, all way, shape, and form. And leading the pack course was Mark Hackle. I mean, he talked about it, but he was there. In fact, he almost won it outright. He was third or fourth.
That's very impressive. And just last week, Mike, I did hear people talking about after the run in the banquet hall. So first of all, Cherry Creek is one of the nicest facilities in Southeast Michigan. Yep. But it must have been a great atmosphere because, like I said, I heard people saying, "Oh, we can't wait for after the run to go hang out and have a couple of pops and a couple of snacks and just hang out with the runners." So it's just kind of like a nice family event.
It really was, and Mike Adams from your staff brought the family out last year, and he even commented what a great family event it is, and it is good for the families and all for everybody to participate together. We do the kids run first, which is on the 18th hole. We do a quarter mile out, quarter mile back. And we have a poster here I want to just pop up for a second that they've captured. Shelby Cable's got it.
Give it a shot of
but
that.
The young lady, I think he's got it already.
What a cutie, eh?
Yeah, their family, the family are all runners. They've got 4 or 5 kids that are all runners. The dad is the coach out at one of the teams west of here that won the state meet for cross country in the fall.
Gotcha.
But she's kind of our little superstar that was out there, and she captured the spirit of it all, I thought.
Oh, that's for sure.
To see that little face smile. And what happened was she was isolated, so she was the only one coming in. the crowd went crazy, you know, and it just made the event that much more special.
That is wonderful. And I know from the Shelby Parks and Rec point of view, Mike, I mean, all the charities you donate to are wonderful. Here at Parks and Rec Special Olympics, it's very near and dear to our heart. We go to the summer games, the winter games, and the amount of money that you've raised, not only for this race, Go for the Gold, and many other races, we really appreciate all that you do. And I don't know if you have time to list all the sponsors you donate to, but this particular one, first of all, is there a couple new charities or some charities that stick out to you that you'll be donating to this year for Run the Creek?
Well, we're still sticking with the Special Olympics and then to help your group out here, kind of indirectly as part of that. And that's going to be the main focus for it again for this year, so that you continue to get it. And then my Jingle Bell Run, you pick it up, and then Go for the Gold in July is 100% for Special Olympics too.
That's amazing, all that you do.
The big thing is getting the sponsors is a big part of it. And they help fund it, help cover it, so that we have more that we can donate. And I'm happy that Jill's here with us today, because last year the Kiwanis stepped right up, and they were a major headline sponsor for us, set up. But then they participated too, and they were there and stuck around for the party after and whatever else. And, you know, and it's nice when you can get a major sponsor that also participate and see the value, and they're coming back this year. And they in turn are doing a race that I'm helping them with, as a way of saying, you know what, thank you, you helped us, we can help you.
Wonderful. Now Jill, did you run in the race last year?
I did.
And how was this your first time at Cherry Creek Golf Course, being on the course?
I'm not a golfer, but I've been at Cherry Creek for other venues in the past.
Okay, but it's nice to be out actually seeing the course, how beautiful it is.
It is.
And they keep it in phenomenal shape. As Mike said, Earl Weber and his staff, we're very fortunate to have a first-class facility here in Shelby Township. Now, Jill, let's talk a little bit about, well, you were a sponsor of Utica Shelby Kiwanis.
Yes.
First of all, that's great to hear that you guys are out there sponsoring, and are you guys still looking for new members for your group?
For the Kiwanis Club?
Correct.
We're always looking for new members,
Okay.
yes.
Well, and is there a contact person for that if they are interested?
Yes. Andre Laubeck
Okay.
is the past president, and he's the current lieutenant governor for the District of Kiwanis right now. And he would be somebody to contact.
Okay.
You can contact me or Amanda Craig. She's our
All right.
Kiwanis secretary.
Wonderful. So there's some different contacts there. Now let's talk about, this is the first annual Utica Shelby Kiwanis Run, and you have the right person in Mike Ward helping out this year. So can you tell us a little bit about the date and the location, and also how do they sign up for this race?
Okay, our first run is called the 5K Pennant Race.
Okay.
And we teamed up with Jimmy John's Field. We went out and had a chat with
Really?
Andy Appleby,
Okay.
and he agreed to let us come out and have our venue there. And they've been extremely helpful and accommodating. They're going to have their mascots there for us. We had our mascots actually, their unicorn was at the Jingle Bell Run for
Right.
Michael Ward.
Really? So is this starting down at Jimmy John's Field?
This
then?
will be running from the Jimmy John's Field, from that picnic area. We will
Okay.
run out of that onto the Macomb Trail.
Oh, onto that, which was known as the Iron Bell Trail,
Yes.
which is, we're working on that, and that's for another story in time, but
Right.
that's great to hear you're using that.
Yes, and then
So you'll be
we'll
heading up
run
into
back
Riverbends
in.
Park then?
We'll run out about a mile and a half.
Yeah.
We run back in. We will actually enter the ball field right there at first base.
That's going to be the finish
Run the
line?
warning track,
Oh,
and
man.
the finish line will be behind home plate.
What a great idea.
It's going to be fun. And then we have a kids run at 9:30. The
Okay.
race itself starts at 10 o'clock. The kids run will be at 9:30, and they will be running the warning track around twice and finishing behind home plate.
Kids love being down in the ball field too. right?
Yes.
So that's
What a unique
amazing.
thing.
The ballpark has opened up their stadium so that if families want to watch the kids run the warning track and do the kids run, they can be up in the
So you got nice
stadiums.
stadium seating, and you watch the runners coming in, finishing the race, right? What a great idea.
It'll be, yeah, a lot
Now,
of
do they have a
fun.
baseball game later that day, by any chance?
No, they
Okay.
open actually the week later
Okay.
is when their official opening
Well, that's
is.
good in a way. You don't have to worry about all the parking and issues with that. But boy, what a beautiful venue, and they've been very successful down there. So, boy, we wish you the best of luck on that run, Jill, and it's great to hear you doing that. How, if I want to register, or any of our viewers, how do they register for this run?
You can go to uticashelby.org.
Okay.
I'm sorry, uticashelbykiwanis.org.
Okay.
And you can register online, and Hanson's Running Shop is helping with the online registration.
Very good.
Or you can fill out the manual form. You can print it off of that website as well. Fill out the manual form and mail it in. And proceeds are going to go to Special Olympics and the Utica Shelby Kiwanis.
Wonderful.
There
Well, I
you
can
go,
say
Jill.
thank you on that.
Yeah.
It's amazing that you guys are doing that. And from all of our athletes, I'll say thank you for them too, because they know all that you guys do and how much you give back, and to see the athletes out there performing, it is amazing. So it's great that you guys do that. Now, your website, uticashelbyquinas.org.
Yes.
Is that your main website?
Yes.
Okay, so that way too, if they want to get some more information about anything you guys do, they can just shoot an email there once they get to the website.
Absolutely. All of the venues that we help out throughout the year are on there. Lots of information.
Well, Jill, it's amazing that you guys are doing this, and we know how special the Utica Shelby Aquinas are and everything good they do in the community. This is just another great thing you guys are doing, and it just helps improve the quality of life for all of our residents here in Shelby Township and the area. Mike, jumping back to you really quick, can you give us the date of Run the Creek? Because I know a lot of people have it on their calendar, but we want to make sure they have it.
It's Friday, April 21st.
Friday night, okay.
And it's going to be after dark. It's a night run, so I tell people, what time does the race start? After dark. We're going to wait till it gets a little bit darker this year, and we'll have it lit up. They can register, as with both races, on eastsideracingcompany.com.
Okay.
The flyers for all of our races are in all the Hanson stores, and I can be contacted for this one, just like Jill can be contacted for their race as well. And we cross over, so you could cover both. Registration forms, you could even fill them out and leave them for either race in the store in Utica, and they put them up front. We're able to pick up the forms that way as well, and they save a few dollars versus the online registration as part of it.
Okay, great. At this time, let's go take a look at some of the wonderful footage that we have from Shelby Cable, just to give, if you haven't run it before, just take a look and see how exciting it is and all the great festivities we have. So let's take a look now. As you can see from the all the footage we have from Shelby Cable, what a great time the runners have at the events, thanks to Mike Ward and all the time he volunteers. I don't know how, Mike, you find all the time to volunteer for that, but we thank you for that. Jill, as you can see from the footage that we had on the screen, everyone has a great time, and you guys are getting into the 5K races here and the Fun K races. What are you looking for on this special day?
For Michael's Day, we are looking forward to having more fun. It was a great time last year, my first night run ever.
Sure.
So we're looking forward to teaming up with him again and doing the run. It's a really nice event.
Well, great, Jill. I want to wish you the best of luck from Shelby Parks and Rec, and we look forward to, hopefully we have maybe Mike Adams from our office. He's a runner, so maybe we'll get him down there to give us some inside information after he runs the race. But what a great venue. Once again, you have Mike helping you out, so keep up the good work, and thanks to the Utica Shelby Aquinas for all that you guys do.
Thank you.
Mike, before we head off the air, I know you, one race ends, another one begins, so what do we have coming up?
Well, the Let's Move group of races has been kind of reorganized now, and that's coming up in about 3 weeks. All the information's on eastsideracingcompany.com. And our Macomb Race Directors Group is now involved to helping to make that thing make it more successful, make it grow. And then Back to the Beach is coming up in May. That's the big 5K, 10K, and half marathon put on by Joe Burns, and he donates about $35,000-$40,000 to many charities.
Joe does a nice job,
including Special Olympics.
Exactly. Yeah,
and
love to hear that.
supports so many different causes. So those are some of the up and coming. In July, we'll have our famous Go for the Gold races, the 5K and 10K in the park. Hopefully we have good weather. We've had floods out there, and we've had nice weather and everything in between.
Well, you guys always adjust and make it a go.
You know, the big thing is that I always like to thank everybody that helps me. The sponsors, number one, but the volunteers. and your Parks and Rec crew always do a phenomenal job. Jingle Bell this year was quite a challenge, and you guys were up for the challenge. We pulled off the biggest race ever, that we've ever done. And so it's been fun. It's fun working with your group as well,
Yeah,
and
it's
making these a success.
It's a
for
good
all
team
of us.
effort.
Yeah, and
definitely
family
a good
event for
team.
everybody too.
It is.
So
Great event. So, Jill and Mike, thank you so much for all you do, and we look forward to talking to you guys again soon, because we want to get a recap of how the races went. We know Shelby Cable will be out there doing their great job getting the footage, so we'll have some of that to take a look at, and then at that time we can also discuss what place Mike Adams finished this year in the race for Shelby Parks and Rec. So, thank you very much for being on the show, and we'll be right back after these messages.
The picnic shelters at Riverbends Park are available for rent as far as 1 year in advance at our Parks and Recreation offices. Reservations are available for the Bittersweet, Hickory Grove, and Mapleview shelters. For available dates, please contact the Shelby Township Parks and Recreation Department at 586-731-0300. Amenities include a number of picnic tables, 8 grills scattered throughout the park, playscape and disc golf course, horseshoe pits and volleyball nets. For more information and residential and non-residential fees, please call the Shelby Township Parks and Recreation Department at 586-731-0300. Chapel, built in the 1890s, is available for rent for weddings and other ceremonies beginning the first business day in September. Hope Chapel is fully heated and air-conditioned. Available amenities include podium and sound system, seating available for 80, 2 restrooms, party preparation room, and the Hope Chapel is fully accessible to handicapped visitors. For more information, please call the Shelby Township Parks and Recreation Department at 586-731-0300.
Welcome back to Shelby Township Parks and Recreation in the news. With us now is Mike Adams from the Parks and Recreation Department. Mike, nice to have Mike Ward and Jill Bolker on. It's, as you know from being a runner, it's not only is it good for the health, but also for, as I mentioned before, the quality of life here in Shelby. And I know your family is out there. It's just a nice family event to Run the Creek.
It is. It really was. I haven't run a lot of races. That one was definitely unique. It was cool because actually when we started, it was just starting to get dark. Halfway through, it was pretty dark, and at the end, it was really dark. So it was kind of fun.
So you just followed the glow stick.
Follow
right?
the glow. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. The glow sticks was really cool, and I know Mike mentioned a show or two ago, it's going to be even bigger and brighter with those glow sticks, and
Sure.
It should be a really good time, and I'm looking forward to it.
Wonderful. And now switching gears, Mike is our sports supervisor here at Shelby Parks and Rec. Why don't you give us a little recap on the baseball season? Opening day is right around the corner.
Yes, it is. We're winding down with registration. We still have some openings for our youth baseball in most of the leagues, so if anyone's still interested, then give us a call. Practices starts up in 2 weeks from tomorrow, I believe.
Jeez, that's amazing.
If the snow
Yeah.
and the rain holds off.
Right. We are in Michigan, right?
Yes, we were
Could
talking.
be 70, it could be 28.
We were talking earlier, and last year it did snow the second week of May, so I guess you never know. But
Well, we're not surprised anymore.
as long as the fields are ready, we'll be ready. And
Definitely.
practice starts up in 2 weeks, and we're looking forward to a good season. If people miss this season, I always want to let them know we do have our second summer session that starts in July, so no fears. We have a lot of baseball going on.
Wonderful. And on that note with baseball, Mike, we had a couple of changes out there. 3 of the fields at Ford Field and 1 field at Whispering Woods are going to have a little bit different look. Why don't you touch on that?
Yeah, I'm really excited, as well as some of the improvements at Lombardo. We are putting outfield fencing at all those locations you just
It's
mentioned.
a breakaway type fencing, which is safer.
Yeah, it's not the normal cyclone fence. It's a breakaway fencing. It's going to look really nice, really make those fields pop and stand out. And then we've expanded the infields at Lombardo Park and are starting to put the red clay on the other fields. So
Nice.
something that we've been wanting to do for 5 or 6 years now, and finally able to do that.
Right, and a special thank you to Mike Markath and his
Yes.
grounds department for all the work that they're doing out
The
there.
cold
in
and
this
rainy
job.
days of the spring.
Yes, exactly. Mike, adult softball, we know it's one of the leagues you run, one of the most popular softball leagues in Southeast Michigan. How are we doing with numbers on that? And we get calls quite a bit. Are there any openings in any of the nights?
Yeah, most people probably are aware at this point that Liberty Park did shut down for the year. Unfortunately, we are full due to that, which is a great problem to have.
Sure.
But we do have a second season that as well. It starts July or August time frame. So most of the leagues will start right back up. But yeah, our spring session is full, and we are starting first week of May.
Good. And I also wanted to touch on, Mike, we've had probably in the last 5 years, this year, our youth baseball numbers are probably higher than they've ever been. And what can you attribute that to? Because we know how important or the popular Fed ball has come. But it seems like it's starting to backtrack a little bit, because it was just amazing the numbers we had here for our Parks and Rec League.
Well, I think there's probably 2 or 3 main factors. One, the Tigers have been popular over the past 5-7 years, which always gains interest when kids are younger.
Sure.
And so those numbers, that's one reason numbers might be increasing. 2, since we're not affiliated with Little League anymore, we are able to take non-residents.
So your cousin? Or,
cousins or friends that live outside the township now are able to register. So that could be a second factor. Also, I think at some point paying $1,000 might be a little too much, and obviously there's
commitment too.
The commitment wise, there's you're traveling throughout the state. You're playing on odd days. You're playing a lot of weekends.
And it could be like what, 30, 40, up to 50 games in the summer, right? If you're playing these travel teams.
Yep, some teams are playing 36 games, and people like their vacations.
Right.
And ours is, we're done by usually July 1st at the latest.
Right.
And you have the rest of the summer. And
the one thing that I've seen, Mike, is that I think travel baseball, Fed ball, is great for the legitimate kids who are travel ball players. The problem we've seen, where they'll have now 3 or 4 different divisions, is because basically you're getting kids who should be in the local rec kids sign up for travel ball. Well, you can call it travel ball, but it's not travel ball as we've always known, because you have, like I said, there should be a division for your elite athletes. Then after that, you find your local leagues. But it seems like those kids are coming back, because it's amazing the numbers we had. And we haven't even started our second season yet. And that's usually been popular than the first. That starts the second week of July. Yep. And the one thing I wanted to talk about, Mike, and let the residents know is, you're talking about snow. Youth baseball at all, opening days could be snowing out. When you sign up for the second season, it's the second week of July. For the most part, you're going to have 70 to 80 degree weather for baseball. So I think that's part of it, because you can only hit the ball so many times and have your hands just killing from just being stung. But now when you're playing in July and August, you can't beat, it's going to be hot, but hey, it's better than 41 degrees and sleet coming down sideways.
And that's a great point. Also, the other feedback we're getting is, you have a lot of children athletes that like to play multiple sports. They're able to play that soccer in the spring or whatever their spring sport is, and they're usually done by end of June.
Sure.
Well, they get a 2-week break, boom, up baseball again mid-July, so they're able to play everything without disrupting the soccer, disrupting spring baseball. They're able to play soccer in the spring, summer in the baseball, so it's another positive.
Very good. There you have it from our sports insider, Mike Adams from Shelby Township Parks and Rec. Mike, thanks for being on the show today.
Thank you.
And we'll be talking to you soon. And for all of our residents watching, thank you very much. And please remember, here at Shelby Parks and Rec, we create community through people, parks, and programs. Thanks for watching, and enjoy your park soon.